Nu är nya Casumo.com här. Just nu får du dubbelt på kontot och 110 gratis chanser att vinna storkovan. Casumo, ett kasino. Casumo.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We should be headed into a game now on the cash between Epsilon and Fnatic. Going to be great here at the ESEA Invite League Season 17. So welcome to all of you here to the channel and the stream. Hope you guys are going to check out our new website. That's roomonfire.tv. We've reskinned and remade and rebuilt it, and we've added workshop items and a bunch of other cool stuff, and more is even coming up down the line. So definitely go and visit it. Crash the site once again if you can. It's been crashed a couple of times this evening due to a little bit too many people visiting in. But MeBox were helping us out, doing a great job. So yeah, shout out to them and to Casumo, our new partners in crime. So yeah. Man, it's the first time that we get to launch all this stuff. Semla, are you back yet?
Yes, I am. Just made it back. Perfect timing, Anders. Perfect timing.
I love it. So, yeah, a little bit of a delay in starting this match. I think they were looking for the right server, which is weird because they were just on one. But, yeah, that's just how it is. They needed to switch the map, and I think that caused some issue with the server. And then they found a new one. And now they should be joining any second, and we'll be good to go. And Semla, you know what's really cool? We have actually got one more match this evening.
Oh.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Epsilon VP was added just a short while ago.
Well then. Oh! No, never mind. That was Mouseboard's VP that got delayed last night.
Yeah, so...
okay. So, sorry, I thought that was actually what was happening, but no, okay, that's perfectly fine, great. So, Epsilon VP after this, that's we can get into that, no problem.
Exactly.
We like having more games. More games is good.
The more the better, especially today now that we are, you know, it's the premiere, it's the launch of our site and our skins and everything else. That makes it even more exciting. And of course, we need you guys to go and vote for the skins in the workshop. So if you click the picture that's on the workshop on our website, then you can go and vote for them. And if you vote them enough, then hopefully they'll get put in the game and we can we can do something with that money. So definitely do that if you want to help us out.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Yeah, Vendetta's still lost to us. I guess the roadside workers outside his house actually did permanently kill his internet.
Yeah, that's what's happening actually, guys. In case you're wondering, he's got some construction outside of his place. So we were trying to recommend ways for him to deal with that, which was, you know, a lot of them revolved around throwing rocks from his 4-story window, basically, and just trying to like throw rocks at them to chase them away. But then he said that I would have to actually walk down 4 flights of stairs to go get rocks, and then I'll be too close. So I told him that he should actually try and like develop some kind of flashbang and smoke combo to get out there and cover himself. But
yeah. The last thing I saw him type on Skype was losing my internet is probably my #1 fear. So I imagine right now Ben is he's in a corner just crying somewhere. You know, the lights are off as well. He's got no purpose in life anymore. I don't blame him. I sort of feel the same way. I mean. All right, because I'm very old, and the first phone I had was a Nokia 3210, I think. So you know, okay. One of the a Nokia basically that had no, almost no menu or anything. You couldn't do anything with it, and you know, data over the mobile net and everything just wasn't a thing. And now I have my lovely Samsung smartphone that I'm sort of happy with. And I've realized now that as soon as I'm outside the range of like the mobile internet, like 4G net, instantly it feels like there's something wrong. You know, I can't check all the things that I normally check. So maybe it's becoming like a bad habit or something. The internet has too much sway. Maybe I need to go, like, you know, take a walk in the forest and leave my phone at home at one point. Just get away from it for a while. Oh yeah, I know what Ven feels like. That's what I'm saying.
I'm currently checking the site right now to see if it's still if it's up or not. I'm getting mixed messages. I'm able to connect to the site, but then a friend is not able to, so it's a bit odd what's happening right now. Hopefully we can get this sorted out. This is just growing pains as well, though, because we are still getting established with the new service provider and everything like that. So hopefully things will smooth out over the next couple days, guys, and we'll be in for a good time, because this site is basically where everything is going to be happening now. It has all of our schedule. Basically, if you go to the homepage, you have all the schedule there, so you'll know whenever anything is going to be shown on this site. Because we're not only going to be showing content that we do on this stream, we'll be showing content that Anders, Ven, and I will be at, basically. So Fragbite Masters will be shown on the Room on Fire site. Anything else basically that we get involved with will be shown there. So we're just aiming to have as much CS on the site as possible. So if you're ever wondering, I wonder if there's some CS happening right now. Just a good chance there's going to be something, going on the stream.
Exactly, and one thing that I don't know if we can quite do it yet. I haven't checked up on whether or not Twitch, thinks it's okay, but they already have a hosting function, so I don't see why they wouldn't. But it would be kind of cool if we could, if you guys get used to just visiting, roomonfire.tv if you want to watch some Counter-Strike, what we could try and do is we can try and direct some of that traffic onto when some of the pro players are streaming. So, if nothing else is going on during the day, the channel might as well be live with one of those guys, so they can get some extra viewership, maybe a little bit, make a little bit more money and stuff like that. So there's a community building aspect involved in this website. Well, and we're hoping to push that angle a little bit more. I have some interesting ideas that I would love to do. I think one of them similar we already spoke about, but I would love it if you're on the site right now and you're just you're watching the general stream window. If you can tell, there's some white space underneath and above, and I would like to have there be like a scrolling banner where basically all the Twitter profiles of the players playing, and maybe the organizations too, are there, so you guys can more easily go and follow them, because it does actually make a big difference if you follow the players on Twitter. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was checking Olofmeister's Twitter account, and he may not be the most sort of hyperactive on Twitter, but he was tweeting stuff yesterday, so it's not like he's completely inactive either, and he only has 2,000 followers. How does a player that is so incredibly good only have 2,000 followers on Twitter? I have no idea, but it does make a big difference for him and for Fnatic as a whole to be able to draw in, better sponsorships and, just generally build the better team to be even better. So yeah, follow them on Twitter, not just Fnatic, but all the players basically. And if we can help doing that by the website, it'd be kind of cool. It's a small thing, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, in case you're wondering what his Twitter is as well, it's Olaf MCS.
Yes.
So Olaf MCS, and you guys can go and follow him there, because he's. I don't know if Olaf is actually streaming though these days. I think he's kind of just playing a lot of games, and he winds up on other people's streams from time to time.
Yeah, I think that could be true, but maybe with a bigger following, maybe with more of an incentive to do it, maybe he would. So yeah, definitely, just make it a habit to, if you want to help the scene grow, and the Counter-Strike scene is already kind of exploding all over the place. But if you want to have a hand in building it, then it's very easy to follow a couple of people on Twitter and, make their lives a little bit, better in that sense. Though, Semler. Fnatic, they already won the first game between these two teams. That was on Train, which is a map that Fnatic are quite good at, and a map that Epsilon had absolutely no incentive to practice. Now we're on Cash instead, and I think Epsilon are going to be more at home. I do think Fnatic is a pretty good team on Cash, but I think it's going to be a more even match, basically, and I think Fnatic are still favorites here, but I would say Fnatic are almost favorites in any matchup these days, so that doesn't really say a lot. I think this could be a close game, actually.
And I agree. The thing is that basically Fnatic, what it boils down to is Fnatic are going to be the favored team, whichever map we go to at this point. But I definitely think that Epsilon stand a better chance on Cash, because they actually have a little bit of experience on the map. It's not like Train, where they really haven't had any incentive to focus on the map at all. Cash being in the active map pool at this point in the matchmaking, but also for the majors, included in most leagues of Fragbite, Face It, all of these leagues, they're going to be running Cash. So there's a real incentive right now for Epsilon to be putting at least a few hours into this map. So unlike Train, where there's zero incentive apart from the ESEA to be playing that map right now, this map they definitely would have paid a little bit of attention to. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to set up and how they're going to deal with the Fnatic pressure, because Fnatic are certainly going to be beasts.
Yes, they definitely will, and Cash is a very different map from Train, very, very different. And partly because of this mid area, we talk about it a lot all the time when Cash. It does give a lot of control to both CT and Terrace side. CTs can get there a little bit earlier than the Terrace can, and if they do and they prevent the Terrace from taking control of it, that means the Ts won't have this vent to use into B. They won't have the main entrance or the sideway entrance into A. So it's gonna be important to hold mid control. But in the pistol round, we kind of see that actually Fnatic are just going to leave Flusher halfway here, and they're already getting smoked out. So Epsilon with a really cool pistol round start here. I like this play. Look at them. They're just going to be walking up all the way in towards the A bomb side. Pronax is here by the truck, but in the middle, Strafe already taken down Flusher. Pronax has to turn around. He's going to get just completely outgunned here. And now, well, they could just run in, but Olofmeister with a kill on Strafe had the bomb. Foxyo goes down as well. Epsilon had done so much, and then they make a huge mistake in sticking around with the bomb. But I guess it doesn't really matter, Semler, if Scream is just going to turn on his aimbot.
Yeah, exactly. And Scream is definitely going to be feeling much more comfortable on this map than on Train, because Train is not Scream's map either. It wasn't Titan's map, so he is definitely not putting much time into it. But on Cash, different story entirely. And is he going to manage to find the parting shot versus JW? It's not going to be the case, but at least he knows exactly where JW is. And JW, I don't know, he might have been a bit too far there to hear that vent get shot out. But look at the mind games. JW, he sees it coming for the A play, and he's able to shut down Scream on short.
Great mind game. Great one-on-one there. Oh man, I'm almost got a little bit angry at Epsilon there. They killed the guy in the connector. They killed Pronax as well. First they killed the guy, then they killed Pronax. He was falling back from here. And then they had the entire A-bomb site to themselves. And if they just walked up from the middle into it, they would have been fine. But what they did instead is they took the bomb all the way down by CT spawn, and it got picked off by Olofmeister. And that actually was more than anything what lost them the round. They could have had that round more than just easily if they had just slowed it down a little bit.
Oh, it's more like they needed to have somebody watching the angles, right? And this is something that can come from not having enough experience on a map as well. Not everybody knowing what they need to be doing in each situation. But yeah, Scream with the headshot there. That was pretty nice. And they're going to get an entry onto A as well. Man picked up from short is going to be JW. He's already in position, and they're turning away. They ignore short. And they can't really be leaving angles like that open for a player like JW to take advantage of.
Oh, he's getting his way in here. Still no bomb plant happening. I'm not sure why Epsilon has taken this long to get the bomb down. Scream trying for a second one. He's going to pick it up. And JW solo. This is dangerous. Fox going to be picking down JW. Now Crims is in a 1-on-4. The bomb will go down. When Epsilon fighting their way back very quickly here. Fnatic getting caught this time.
Oh, and Crims is just going for the mad spray. He actually drops one and nearly gets another.
But why are they fighting him?
Oh, that's the thing. You know, they kind of get caught out in the open as well, confidence. But Crims, like, they don't want to let him save either. And GMX is going to get the parting Huandig as well. So, okay. They do manage to stabilize very well here, Epsilon.
They definitely did. And that was obviously a good round based off of the initial entry frags. But I'm still very concerned by the fact that they thought they had to fight Crims there. That was, yeah. Not the best sign. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best. Never. I mean, it's 1v4 at the same time. And do it. It's just like, well, you know, they lose one guy to him, and then they decide to back off and just actually catch the parting shot. So, the mistake was there in 1v4. Flusher just shot Crims midair. I don't know if his mouse hit the side of his keyboard or something there, and that was just really unfortunate.
I think he was going to shoot the window, and it just happened that Crims got in the way. Flusher has no patience for that.
Look at JW's positioning, however, over here by Squeak. This is the standoff between him and Uzi. Uzi must have heard the door open for him to be watching so patiently like this.
Yeah. Could be a great opening. JW, if he gets this kill, then he can easily take the AK, and that'd be nice. Great for Fnatic if they can already sort of bounce back off of an entry like that. Uzi is pretty wary about what's going on here.
No. Flush is going to get smoked off in the main connector, however. Looking into mid. There's still Olofmeister waiting around the corner behind the sandbags, though, so he could have an opportunity to try and catch somebody off guard. But in the meantime, it's going to be a B play here from Epsilon. They've got 3 guys gathered up with the bomb. Uzi's slowly going to be making his way over there as well. And so this is going to be the point of contention, but they're already rotating guys over here, Fnatic. They've got an extra man here in Flusha now to try and lock down this defense with the pistols.
Strafe taking a bit of a fight, but they got to worry about the guy inside the bomb site too, and Foxyo will take him down. Flusher next in line, and he's going to be dropping. Right now they're just trading evenly, and that is not too bad if you're on the Fnatic side. Scream is trying to cover this, and he's going to pick up an AK as well, but look how many angles here. He should be falling back to a safer position. He's all alone doing this against 3 people. Finally picks up the kill, but that was not worth it.
No, that was, I mean, him just getting way exposed there. Just now it's going to be Strafe alive with Fox, and they're in a pretty decent position. Pronax has actually managed to sneak his way pretty close up onto this site, though. Nade goes sailing in, but Strafe is going to be able to get the flank on Pronax, and Foxyo recovers somewhat. But that was definitely very odd, especially how nobody from Epsilon really came over there to help Scream. They were all watching other angles like CT, Sky, they were just expecting Scream to kind of lock down his side. So they had no way of knowing that 3 guys were going to be coming there from Fnatic, but still, like that's still kind of Scream just out in the middle of nowhere.
Man, yeah, I was worried about that too. Like kind of along the line of that second round where they took a fight in that 1-on-4. I was a little bit worried that that Scream. I mean, it wasn't easy for him to fall back there because if he ran back and they came out of the vents just then, he would get a bit caught out. But yeah, this time he picks up an entry frag and then instantly returned by Pronax. Still a good headshot.
There's the quick trade, and Strafe, he doesn't miss the opportunity to pick off Pronax from short. So now it's looking like an advantageous position here. Epsilon, they get totally faked out by that decoy nade. Olafmeister gets a Scream, a kill on Scream at least for free. That was a little bit silly there from the Frenchman.
Now, the one thing that's really working here for the Terror side is how much time is left on the clock. You can see JW's on one end of the map, and Crims is all the way over here. If JW makes it over to Crims, that's great. That would be really a sick move from Fnatic. But right now, it's very likely going to be Crims all alone against 3 people, and his position is not good for it. He could maybe shoot one guy in the feet early on, but the chance of him killing... And he has to kill 2 here. He has to make it a 1-on-1 for JW at least. So the chance of him doing that, I'd say, are really, really slim.
But Crims, I think he actually spotted them early, and yes, he did. Flash is going to go in. He's going to get completely blind. He still gets one and nearly picks up another, and now we're into a 1v1 situation. That should not have happened. Crims looking way too good.
And JW has the crossover. An easy kill for him onto GMX. So yeah, I think you're right. How flashed he was, that should have been... I 1-for-1 trade, all right, but it should have at least been a 2-on-1 there. But JW did do a good job as well, getting into the position where he actually could pick up the return frag quickly. So overall, just nice play from Fnatic, I would say.
What happened is Crims is spotted... I don't think Strafe spotted Crims, but I think Crims spotted Strafe. And it was just the barest of pixels there from Crims' position up on Sky like that. To be able to see and just hold that angle like that, he just barely spots out Strafe, and that's what prompted JW to rotate over to that B site and start helping out. So... nice nade, actually, just bouncing in Fox's face right there, down to 60 HP right at the start. That's not going to be too pleasant.
No, it won't. And JW takes a hell of a lot of damage here, and he's going to go down to GMX. So a little bit of a, uncharacteristic misstep from the Swedish AWP, not something we normally see. It's an eco round mainly here, except for Strafe, who has the AK. Pronax got to make sure he stays alive. They're coming for him. A lot of people, in fact, and he's down to 3 bullets. He's going to go down to Uzi. Fnatic really shouldn't be letting this many people fall early on.
Oh, Strafe missing a good opportunity there, and they're going to actually recover this situation here. Flusha drops the bomb carrier, and it's going to be GMX coming in through mid, but he runs right into Olafmeister, who is ready for him. And Fnatic, very solid hold, despite Pronax getting caught early, and JW as well.
Solid play from Flusha. That was very nice. Him taking down as the first 3 kills of the game for him, by the way. He was on 0 before that, but just shutting it down for Epsilon before they get anything done is definitely nice. But they lose a lot of members still. It's going to be 3-2 into the 6th round, and Foxio can buy the AWP again. And is he going to go for the B pick? Because right now there's not going to be any AWP at B. That'd be a huge opening if they could get that.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go for that B pick. Flusha is holding events as well at mid, so he can quickly come in if his teammate, if Crims, or rather, yeah, it is Crims. If Crims gets under pressure, JW finds the angle on Uzi just barely there. Nicely done by him. That was a great forward peek over by Squeakdora, and that time around, Fnatic actually makes it work. So Uzi just inching forward, and JW as well. That's going to slow things down here for Epsilon. Now they have to try and find a way in, and it looks like, again, they're going to be focusing on the B side of things.
It looked like they were even sort of looking at each other for a while over there by the squeak doors. That was a pretty funny interaction. Crims and Flush are in great positions to deal with a B push, and maybe if they can get the kill in the middle, but Olafmeister hiding in the corner, and he gets both kills. Nobody looking the right way there. And GMX, be nice if he could take down Flusher here. Just one headshot would be great, but Olafmeister comes in with the triple, and this time Fnatic only lose 1 player. That's a huge improvement for the Swedish team. They're going to be able to save a lot more money, and Epsilon will have to eco once more. So, yeah, Fnatic are getting back into the game here. A lot of confusion early on back and forth, but it feels like they are stabilizing here in the middle of the first half.
Yeah, they're definitely stabilizing. And hold on, did I just hear Ven?
Hello, hello.
Welcome back, bro.
Thank you. The construction people are finally gone, and my internet is back magically. Who knew the 2 things would be connected?
Oh, JW is about to get rushed down. He's got Pronax on short to help him out as well. Nice flash in by Pronax. That's going to open things up for him. Could look to get a second frag, but he can't quite find the angle. It's going to be Olafmeister lending a hand, who gets rushed down, and Pronax is the only man alive on this site now with the help of JW.
Oh, Foxyo, is he not going to check the corner? He won't, and that's going to give Pronax the kill. Now Scream has a triple. He's going to spot out Crims, and he just runs in and gets taken out. So close for Epsilon, and yet so far they just weren't exactly thorough enough to check every corner of that bomb site, and that probably lost them the round there. So it feels like Epsilon should have been even closer than they are now. I mean, 5-2 is not a horrible score for them, but I feel like right now they could have been at, like, I don't know, 4-3 in their own favor actually.
Sure, they could have, but this is actually great for... I mean, even if they don't get the round, Epsilon, it was starting to get a bit scary with Fnatic's money. They were starting to get a little bit out of control, and if they'd had another really solid round where they kept 4 guys alive, that's almost passing the point of no return for Epsilon as to having a chance at an eco in this half. And now, Epsilon, because they pick up 4 guys, Fnatic have nearly spent everything they have. So if Epsilon were to pick up this round, Fnatic are forced into a very awkward situation with their money. So this is a big opportunity now for Epsilon to really get some easy rounds in at the beginning of this half here.
Well, one of the reasons why Fnatic have spent so much money is also because they got the double up. And look at JW's position here at the back of the A bomb side. Really cheeky move here, because he can probably just fall back behind this box and then be safe. So he probably gets like a free shot there no matter what happens.
I like Flush's position even better. He is waiting right up by the boost spot. Little Molly is going to go sailing in there from the T side. That's not really going to do too much. It's going to be Foxyo trying to take a peek, and he manages to pick Crims blind. Crims. Bad timing, wrong place to be, basically.
Flusher getting flashed here, and it still picks up 1 kill and almost a second one. Not sure how Strafe didn't get that kill instantly, because Flusher was looking the wrong way, and a little bit of confusion there. Uzi going to go down, and it's Foxyo alone, 1-on-3 here. And without, he can't really do anything. There's no time anyway for it here, so best case is he gets a couple of more kills or saves the rifle or some combination. But I think Olafmeister coming up from behind here is probably going to disallow that, basically. Olafmeister, easy kill coming in. So that's going to be 6-2. Vendetta, are you on the server and everything?
I am watching.
That's a missed opportunity there from Epsilon. Unfortunately for them, they're going to have to wait another round. They're still getting the kills, so they're still keeping Fnatic very close as far as the money is concerned. Only 2 guys above $3,000 right now for Fnatic, and not by a large margin. So this is still definitely an opportunity for Epsilon if they can do a little bit more damage in this round. Going into the next buy round for them, they're definitely not out of this half yet. Like, they haven't lost control. Fnatic are ahead, but only just barely.
It's a good pickup from Olafmeister, and they wanted to get close and rush down into the B bomb site, which is a very, very common strat when you're ecoing on a map like Cache, because you can get really close to the guy who's holding that bomb site. And if he misses the shot, if Olaf misses the shot and then, you know, tries to re-peek or just doesn't realize how many people are there, that's going to be pretty good. Nice kill, but there is just everyone from Fnatic is at this bomb site nearly. So Uzi almost gets Olafmeister, but not quite. 7-2. And I don't know. I feel like now is the time. Vendetta, what do you think Epsilon can do to actually pick up around here?
Well, I haven't seen all that much actually coming up from them in buy rounds. I've seen the one where they tried to move out into mid, where, as you pointed out, well, probably should have been able to pick up Flusha nearby mid. Other than that, I can't really say what they... I don't really know what they've been trying to do, so kind of a blank sheet as of right now.
I guess that is fair enough. And, well, Olafmeister's going to open up with a headshot, gets a second one. Semler, has Olafmeister found his spot now? Is he kicked it into overdrive?
It certainly seems like it. He's even managing to hunt forward and pick up another one. So Olafmeister's starting to get a little bit out of control here. He's got 3 frags. Doesn't look like he's going to... Well, he continues. I mean, he continues. The thing is, he doesn't need to actually stop from pushing because they've got the bomb control now. And Crims and Olafmeister are going to be there. JW point blank on Uzi, who's rotating towards Garage. That's not going to help things. But that was definitely Fnatic at their finest. And Olafmeister really showing that, hey, you got to take him seriously because he's sitting at 16-2-5 right now. So he's doubling the runner-up on his team. Both of them, in fact.
Oh, my. And that's kind of huge because it's frustrating for Epsilon to have these eco rounds where they do sort of okay, and then they pick up rifles, and then they get shot down like that. Very decisive round from Olafmeister, not leaving anything to chance. Into the 11th round here, and JW is going to pick down Foxyo. Fnatic I mean, it was kind of a close game on Train, but it feels like right now they're just trying to make a statement. JW does almost get caught out here. ESEA can see the gun barrel, and he will be able to get that kill on JW. But Pronex here with a very smart boost up, gonna escape through the smoke, and Fnatic are just playing really great Counter-Strike at the moment.
Well, they're looking really good. And this is what we expect to see out of Fnatic, essentially. Just, they are the favorite team in this match. Epsilon definitely the underdogs, but Epsilon definitely not out of this yet. Scream actually picking up the AWP here for them. Goes for a flick shot, and he actually can't get it, so that's a big missed opportunity. He had a solid opportunity to bring it back to a 3-on-3 there, so that's really unfortunate that he missed that shot mid.
Pronax is on a bit of a mission to sneak out, and this is great unless Scream somehow turns around. But if Pronax looks up there, it's going to be a free kill, and that's it. Scream is gone, and that's going to just spread panic now in Epsilon. They realize now that they're getting sandwiched in. The whole Fnatic team is going to come for them. And, well, ESEA picks up a good shot there, but close range. Going to take down Olofmeister. He has the bomb. Can he get into position? No. Crims will shut him down. But I've not seen this position used in competitive play. I've seen it a couple of times in matchmaking. People boosting up on the cinder blocks to look over the smoke back here, and that's actually what Pronex did. So that's a very nice idea. I like that.
It's a very cool way to use the smokes, absolutely. Because there was one guy from Epsilon who was actually close by the smoke who had no idea Pronex was there, so he pretty much got a free kill.
Yeah, that's the brutal truth, right? And right now, Epsilon again forced to eco, and this has been the story of this entire first half. Epsilon's so close yet so far. Olofmeister, however, is going to get a bit of a peekaboo surprise here, down to 50 HP. Crims rotating in to help him, and already shutting down the potential push out through Squeak. One headshot clean, the second one through the smoke, and nothing is working for Epsilon at this point. ESEA does pick up one, but that's all they're going to get in this eco.
Yeah, Crims essentially just channeling his inner snacks. Just, you know, smoke, not really interested, just going to shoot right through.
I think it's a competition between him and Flusha at this point, you know? He's just like, hey, Flusha, I can do that too. Watch. Things happen.
For my money's worth, the most scary player when it comes to smoke is still Snacks. But yeah, there are some people who just have, like, uncanny timing. I would say the people in the game right now with the best timing sort of overall are, like, Get Right and Snacks, in my opinion.
I think you'd have to nominate Flusha as well.
Yeah, I would. If I had a third candidate, Flusha would be on that spot.
If I had... Oh. Nice shot.
Yeah, that's a very nice shot, and Olofmeister on the hut is going to leg ESEA, then take him down with the C-Zed. Fnatic are just... they're unstoppable. This is the Fnatic of, well, the last 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the Fnatic of yesterday. Like, no, they're just doing a really good job of bringing the fight to Epsilon, so Epsilon have no opportunity to actually set up for anything at all. If they want to set up for any smokes or grenades to do a set push towards either A or B, they're not going to be allowed to. Olofmeister has basically been he's running a marathon at this point. He's just covering the entire map.
Yeah, wants those kills. He's top fragging at 18 though, so I'm pretty just looking to see if he can end up dropping 30 or 20 or something like that in the first half here. Pronax will take care of Scream. And from an initial really good start where Epsilon, I mean, managed to bring it back in the second round, then won the one after that, and then had some very, very close rounds in the fourth and fifth round, but didn't win them, that has somehow just sparked a whole streak of blue here for Fnatic, where they've just won a whole bunch of rounds in a row. In fact, 10 in a row is what we're up to right now, and we're in the 14th round. Epsilon, 11-4, then win the pistol round, and then win a hell of a lot more. It is doable, but they got to win the last two at the very least.
That's the thing, is the last two are basically everything here for Epsilon, because if they only walk out of this with 2 rounds on their side, it's going to be one hell of a struggle to get anything done in the second half. And look at Flush's position, the perfect flight! He gets 2 before they take him out, and Olofmeister's there to pick up the final man that he missed. Eviscerated. The push gets eviscerated.
Soul destroying, I think is the correct term here. That is so painful, and Pronax just comes in to take care of the rest. Vendetta has... I mean, okay, so Fnatic have obviously hit a really good spot right now, but do you think Epsilon has sort of... I don't want to say they've given up, but do you think they sort of feel like they have no idea what's happening on this map anymore?
Oh, I think that's correct. Absolutely, because in the small time I've been in on the server, we've seen Olofmeister do a solo op push out of B and basically clearing out the entire map by himself. Then he went towards the A side halls to do the same, and we had Pronax going aggressively inside of A garage, and now we have Flusha moving aggressively through the middle. So I think Epsilon just feel completely disjointed and have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Yeah, JW finding the pick over on the B side of things as well. GMX trying to run back into T-spawn. JW just wasn't interested in letting him escape. JW doesn't know what the word mercy means. It's not in his vocabulary. There is no escape from him. He is the relentless Viking at this point. Olafmeister on the A side almost gets caught by Scream, though. This is all over the place, in fact. Just action across the map.
Yeah, and you managed to curse JW enough that he actually goes down. Crims here in the vent is going to take a fight with Strafe and will drop him. Flusher, not sure he's realizing there's some guy right underneath him, and that's going to get him killed. So 2-on-3, Scream wandering around the smoke, him and Pronax having a weird dance, and it's going to end up with Scream killing him at the end. But now he's miles away from the bomb, and in a 1-on-2.
And they see it coming as well.
Crims is so well set up right now.
This is brutal. Scream trying to... He's not even going to look. Yeah. You kind of wondered for a second there if it was going to happen. If he was going to somehow, like, the sense would just tingle and he whips around and gets that headshot. But not this time.
Well, I was sort of advertising that this was going to be a closer game than on Train because, you know, just because of the different map and everything, and because Epsilon did show some really good style on Train. But I think those initial rounds, like in the 4th and the 5th in the first half here, you think if they had won those and they had got up to a better start, maybe they could have had a real chance here. But I think once Fnatic took over, maybe Epsilon just decided they couldn't do it anymore. Now it's going to be the second half coming up here. And remember, guys, we do have another game after this one, which is Epsilon playing against Virtus Pro, I believe.
Epsilon versus VP, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun as well. We'll stick around for that one.
No, we'll see if they can actually bounce back from this this beating they're taking from Fnatic. That's what we're all going to be watching for. But VP, different pace, and definitely not up at Fnatic's level as well. So I think Epsilon will have better odds going into it. But this is the big pistol round here, and already it's just going to be the YOLO Glock train straight up onto B site. 3 kills, one of them a Fnatic member by JW. But this is actually good defense here. Foxyo with 2 headshots. He's stopping the push single-handedly.
Yes, that is some supreme confidence there from Foxyo, and one of the reasons why he's a player that really can never be underestimated. It feels like Olaf is going to be, 1-on-3, but he's dropped the bomb all the way up there. Grenade up onto Scream, won't really do much of anything, and maybe Foxyo wants to see if he can get that last headshot in somewhere. He's going to get the kill anyway. That's impressive as hell.
Yeah, the quad kill, single-handedly saving his team, basically. That's what just happened right there. Foxyo, and that's exactly what we expect to see from him as well. When you initially look at the Epsilon lineup, you look at Scream, you look at Foxyo, and you expect those guys to just do work, right? Scream has somewhat woken up. He was leading before Foxyo got 4 frags. Now Foxyo is leading for Epsilon with 13 frags, but still, we're looking at those two guys really to do a lot of work here for Epsilon. Fnatic, however, they're not wasting any time. They don't get a bomb plant, so they're going to go for a buy here.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they're going for the speed push. This could be great. Look at Strafe actually going to get caught out a little bit here in the corner. He goes down. Now GMX going to drop next. This is a really smart push from Fnatic, just banking on that positions, and they were. So now they're taking the heat for it here. Scream, not realizing there's 2 people right there, and they try and double jump. Kind of a mad strategy from Fnatic, but initial push. I actually think this could have been way better for them, for Fnatic. But no, they slowed it down a little bit after they got those entries.
Which is actually kind of surprising because they had a really good opportunity to actually put the bomb down, which most likely would have led them to force up this round. So I'm surprised that they actually stopped to hang around through vents because Pronax had already made his way through CT spawn. So they had the openings. But yeah, it didn't quite work out for Fnatic.
No, it didn't pan out for them at all there. And, well, this is still Fnatic with a huge cushion. That's the thing. They only need 3 rounds to win this. So, they go for the early buy. They're like, okay, let's try it. If it can work, great. We're that much closer to finishing this game. If it doesn't, we've still got plenty of space to work with. Foxyo actually taking quite a bit of damage there to start, though. That did not help him.
No, it didn't. And they should be careful they don't lose too many rifles here. They might end up needing them quite a bit, whatever money they can get here. Uzi with a good opening kill in towards that A-bomb site. And the bomb is in the middle, but it's making its way over here. So I don't think Fnatic are trying for anything super sneaky right now. They're just making sure they can do whatever they can to maybe find some stray Epsilon member somewhere. What is this game?
You really wonder at this point. Fnatic are just getting picked off left and right. Olafmeister with a cool little spot there in the corner, but he can't find the kill.
No, but I meant Uzi and JW are having the most ridiculous battle with that door.
Oh yeah,
That was painful.
that's like the swag door.
Yeah.
Eventually summoning his inner Gandalf, basically telling JW that you shall not pass.
Eventually, that door was just gonna get like metal fatigue, and the hinges would fall off because they just kept opening and closing it for a very long time. So stupid. Well, Strafe. Actually, Strafe with the AWP, so not Foxyo. Must be his position here. An instant flash comes out. He's going to need some backup here from GMX, otherwise he's going to get rushed down immediately. This is not a good spot for an AWP. GMX is there, and Strafe goes down. GMX might be next. He will be next, and the fact that he even got a double kill is pretty good. That's nice by him.
A nice read by Fnatic as well, predicting that Scream would come running through mid. This is still an advantageous position for Fnatic to be in, despite Foxyo being on upper. He's going to walk right into Crims, who was already pre-aiming that area. And this is now turned into a 1-on-3 situation here for Uzi. He gets smoked off, attempts to spray through the smoke, but he can't quite get lucky enough in the end to pick off Olafmeister, who comes out ahead in that duel as well. Deals more damage to Uzi through the smoke than Uzi does.
Oh, yeah. Uzi still trying for more kills, but he's going to get taken down by Pronax. So just quickly talking about positions with the AWP over here, there are sort of two angles you can hold them. One of them is a very narrow one where if you miss the shot, you have to fall back towards either the B bomb side or back in towards CT spawn. If you hold closer to checkered with like Strafe was here, then if you get flashed like he does, if you try and run all the way back towards CT spawn, you know, there's a long distance where you can get killed. So instead, he went into checkered, which is kind of tricky because you could tell he could never really get out of there. It's very easy to get flashed here and even grenaded down. So, yeah, Fnatic with some really great grenade play, and maybe Strafe also finding himself in a position he really wasn't ready for.
That's certainly true. I mean, getting caught out like that is definitely going to hurt things. And Strafe, well, he's got the CZ, so you kind of expect him to be able to kind of like run and gun, basically, because of how quick you can get kills and around corners with that gun. But him getting caught out certainly does not help. And this is definitely a situation for Fnatic to be taking advantage of, but Strafe manages to get the peek on JW, who was not expecting him to be around that corner, and Epsilon finding a way to bring it back to a 4-on-4. They just want to be able to pick up that gun, and there you go. Strafe is going to be able to sneak forward, but he only finds a CZ.
Yeah, and you can almost tell the disappointment, right? It even has...
Paused and looked at it, right? He's just like, oh.
It even has a Fnatic sticker on it, so he has to, you know, use the enemy's weapon like that.
Well, then again, I guess a fresh CZ isn't the end of the world. He's already got one frag, you know. And this is JW's CZ as well.
Unless it's like, you know, one of those weapons in Judge Dredd where you can't use it unless, you know, you have the right DNA.
Oh, it's the DNA.
Well, Pronax is going to be moving up here with an AK in his hand and actually goes down straight with a really great pickoff here. Eventually he falls, but still done a lot of damage for just having that CZ. Flusher taking a fight with Scream, and Scream should be waiting for Foxyo to at least wait until they cross over here. And grenades won't do anything.
Wolfmeister is in position to cut Foxyo off, though. Foxyo going to try and jump him, and he is going to get the point-blank headshot. 8 seconds left, and the bomb gets planted. And now Foxyo in the corner, but he's going to manage to confront Flusha and come out ahead. Crims is now holding on this site, and Crims actually lands the shot. Foxyo just finished reloading, couldn't adjust his aim in time. Crims bravely peeking in the end. I don't know, Ben. Do you think that was the right peek to make, or should he have been trying to play the clock there?
I think it would have been too early to play the clock. They definitely could have let FXO get closer to him. I obviously don't want to take longer range battles with ops, especially when FXO is the one handling it. But he makes it work, so I guess we can't really complain about it. But yeah, I would have probably liked to see him get a more advantageous position.
Oh, well, this is do or die time. Great headshot from Scream. At least we get a 1 dig in at the end here, but they obviously need to win this round and a lot more to even try and force overtime. It feels like Fnatic, they got a hold of this game early on, and they just never were going to let go. So they already beat Epsilon on Train. Looks like they're going to do the same here on Cash, and actually even more convincingly. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not that surprised. My expectations were a little bit higher for Epsilon here on Cash, but they're still a new team, and we'll give them more chances in the future to show some cool stuff, right?
Certainly.
Hey, they beat LDLC today, so it's not all bad. It's just Fnatic are in a really good spot right now.
There's no doubt about that. And now, guys, we're going to go into our next game very soon, which is going to be, real quick, Virtus Pro and Epsilon. It's coming up in about 8 minutes, or, well, it might be a little bit longer, because I think they just need a little bit of a break. So let's say around 10 minutes, and then I think we should be good to go. So you don't want to go anywhere. It's going to be the final game of the evening. So stay tuned here to the channel, and we will be right back after a quick commercial break.